Hello, hello. This is Tara Alamany of Emerald Lake Books, and I am here today to share with you about a brand new tool out that is called QuickWrite. And this is put out by CJ from Adazing, who is also the creator of Mockup Shots, another tool that we really like. And so this particular tool, QuickWrite, is intended to help you be able to quickly write content for fiction, nonfiction, marketing, blogs, podcast descriptions, and so much more. So I'm going to give you a quick behind the scenes look so that you can see what's involved. So when you first come to QuickWrite.ai, you're given a choice of indicating whether you write fiction or nonfiction. If you choose nonfiction, you're brought to this landing page. And if you choose fiction, you're brought to this landing page. Basically, the details on it are customized more toward one audience or another, but the tool itself serves both people. So you'll be getting the same tool no matter which one you choose. It's just the details of what's available in it are different. Right now, it is $197 for lifetime access, and this is part of the 2022 Black Friday and Cyber Monday special. It is only available until November 30th, and it is for early adapters. So if you adopt this right now and pay, you'll get lifetime access. Come December 1st, the only options moving forward will be either annual or monthly subscriptions to it. So if you have any interest in this tool, I advise you to grab it quickly. And, even if you decide that, it's something you want later on, I don't know what the subscription fees are going to be, but this behind the scenes deal is intended to give you an idea of what exactly it entails so that you can decide whether or not it's worth the cost to you or not. I can tell you I'm pretty impressed by all that it does. So once you sign in to QuickWrite, this is your dashboard. You'll initially see one single video that is a welcome video that runs you through how to quickly use it. But I highly recommend going into this box here, click on that, and it will take you to its tutorial area. You can get there as well by choosing Academy, and it'll show you the different types of tutorials it has available. I highly recommend going through them because it's going to show you some interesting things that this tool can do. It gives you the basics. It gives you some specific functions for fiction authors, for nonfiction authors, writing blogs with it, writing marketing content with it, and then this power mode. This power mode is actually the most impressive part of the tool, although all of it's pretty darn neat. And I'll get into each one a little bit for you. Now, what's shown in the tutorials is, actually generating documents and seeing samples of what comes up. But one of the things that I found went a little too quickly was what exactly it does. So what I wanted to do is just kind of come in and pause a little bit on each of these. What type of content would you like to work on is the first question that you have to answer. And when you do, you're given a choice of fiction, nonfiction, marketing, blogging, or power editor. So let's start first just by looking at fiction and what the options are here. Once you've selected that you're working on fiction content, you're going to indicate what you want to work on next. And it has some really neat functions here. It's got plot suggestions, so you can give a brief description of what you're working on, and then it can give you some plot ideas. It can give you character descriptions so that you can kind of, give a name and a brief description of what they do or something like that, and it will generate descriptions for you. You can look for, create book titles or book descriptions. You can rewrite an existing book description if you have one and just need it tweaked. You can come up with backgrounds and backstories for characters and places and all sorts of different things here. You can come up with names for different things, whether it's a character, a location, an item. You can create a writing prompt that can help you kind of get over a stumbling point that you're at. Maybe you're feeling a little blocked. You don't know what to write about next. So it'll create a writing prompt that you can work from in order to continue from there. Or you can create something else. Now, each of these will have a create something else function. And that's one of the ways to use the Power Editor from within each of these types of content. But let's say plot suggestions. We want to write a book about Lonnie Wordsmith goes to the library. And let's just see what comes up then. So we've given a character name and we've given an action. And when you click generate content, it'll give you a story idea. So Ronnie Wordsmith is a young girl who loves to read. She spends her days reading at the library. She's always looking for new and interesting books to read. One day she comes across a book she's never seen before. It's called The Book of Secrets. Ronnie is intrigued by the book and decides to check it out. She takes it home and starts to read. The book is filled with secrets and information she never knew before. She's fascinated by the book and starts to share its secrets with her friends. So if I decided that I wanted to work with this, I can take it, I can copy it and move it into the document area. And this is what I am saving of notes and things that the AI has generated. And then we can tweak and revise it here so that we can take out some of the repetition, that we can streamline a little bit, maybe add in some more of our own details. But the nice thing is you're not starting with a blank page. You've got an idea from here. You can have it generate another one if you don't like that, or you can go into a character description. So let's describe. Ronnie Wordsmith is a young girl. We're just going to use the first sentence that it's come up with as a brief starting point for the character description. But when we click on generate content, it's going to come back. So it's taken what I started with, who loves to read, and it's continued the sentence it said and write. So I had this portion as my starting point. And so it's added to that sentence to read and write. She's an only child and her parents own a bookstore. Ronnie's an introverted child who would rather read a book than play with any other kids her age. She's an excellent student and her parents are very proud of her. So this is good for a backstory. So we can just, make a notation in here that this is our backstory, or a starting point for our backstory. And so you can use this side document as just a way to connect with ideas, a book title. So what do I want to use? Let's just use that Ronnie Smith's A Young Girl Who Loves to Read again and see what we come up with for book titles. And let's maybe take the character name out because I'm not seeing one so far that speaks to me yet. Yeah, there we get some more literary things. So we have some ideas. So maybe we call it The Book Lover. Maybe that's our story title. And at that point in time, you can decide to go ahead and, add that in here. Book title, The Book Lover. So we can create a title, we can create a book description. So if we just start here again with Who Loves to Read, let's do the Loves to Read and Write and see what we come up with. And the title is The Book Lover. So now it's going to take, whoops, somehow I seem to have put it in twice. So let me just fix this. I may end up with some weird stuff, but let's see. She can be found curled up with a good book or writing her own stories. Ronnie's determined to be a published author one day, and she won't let anything stop her. The Book Lover is a heartwarming story about a determined young girl who follows her dream. It's a lovable protagonist that readers will root for from beginning to end. This is a charming story that's perfect for anyone who loves to read. I like that a lot. That's a good book description. So another thing you can do is rewrite an existing book description. So maybe we've decided, this is what we've got, but is there something better we can do? And so they've reworked things a little bit, still basically the same content, but just reworded slightly to see if something pops out as being a better way of phrasing the same thing. So I'm good with what we've got. Create a background or backstory description. So we can have, let's just start here with this again as a starting point and have a backstory created. Oh, we already did backstory. Let's skip that one. So it's expanded on it a little bit. So we can pull this in as potential fodder as well for us to continue with. And, when we work from it, what we're going to do is take all these ideas and just trim it down to the things we like most. You can create a unique name for a character. You can create a writing prompt. So let's do, what elements would you like included? A young girl likes to read and write. Let's see. Good grief, I'm much faster at cutting and pasting, it appears. So generate the content. So this will give us a writing prompt. And so if we have this as the writing prompt, how would we continue that? What would we do with it? So if we wanted something else, let's think about Ronnie Wordsmith. I'm going to copy and paste this. Let's find out who her best friend is. Maybe I've stumped it. This is still a new tool, so there are things that it's still working on. And I haven't used the Power Editor enough to know all the right ways of queuing something. So it's trying to process what I'm asking. So let's do this. Instead of asking it as a question in the tutorials, they often did best friend for, and let's see what we come up with. Okay. So I will report that to the developer as a tweak that's needed here. I'm just saving what I've got and trying it with a clean slate to see if that makes a difference. There we go. Best friend from Ronnie Wordsmith is a young girl who loves to read and write. She's in, well, that didn't help us very much. So name of, I'm trying to get to the point where we actually have a name for this person who is Ronnie's best friend. Nope, that's not helping us. Anyway, rather than keep playing with it, let's do this. We're going to go now to, we're going to start on a new document. And to do that, I can click on the X up here, or I can click on the book lover over here. And I'm not going to run through each one of these. I'm not going to create content for all of them, but I did want to run through and show you for nonfiction. We have, again, the same idea of creating a book description, creating a book title, rewriting a book description, creating a book outline, creating a chapter outline, a content section, or creating something else. So you can start with something like creating a book book outline. And let's say I've been thinking about writing a book on book launches. And that's the title I would go with since it matches our course. So I can give it that content and it can create an outline for me that then gives me kind of what I need to cover in the book if I'm going to be able to create a compelling book that is useful to writers. And so let's copy all of this and bring it into our writing document. And so this is our outline. And then after that, you can start working on each section. You can say, all right, so why are book launches important? Let's start with that. And say this is going to be one of my chapters. So what might I include in that chapter? So then I can take that information and just kind of splice it in here and say, all right, when I'm working on it, these are some of the points that I want to hit on. But of course, in writing the book myself, I'm going to take this information as a starting point, and I'm going to fill it in with everything that's unique in terms of what I bring to that spin on that topic and the stories that I know and want to share to be able to demonstrate the points I'm making. So it just becomes a very quick and easy way to be able to, develop something. And so you can decide, all right, we're going to do, a content section on this piece. And so I'm going to change that to content section and give it that writing prompt. And so it can just give us a starting point for what we need to include in that section. Whoops. So again, I can take that, I can copy it and paste it in here, and kind of that's the information that I want to include in this section. Offset it a little bit so that I know that that's additional information. So it's a great way to be able to just kind of start fleshing out the book so that you've got an outline that then you can work with to make it all uniquely yours. So let's just save this. I'm going to give it a name again. Book Launches Simplified. And then let's look at marketing material. And so if we look at marketing, promotion, or business, this is where you can create things like a name for a product or a business. You can generate your business plan using this. You can create a description for a business, a product, or a service. You can write emails using this. You can do a video sales letter, a tagline for your business, create social media posts, Twitter posts, sales copy, and of course the power editor again for something else. So you can play with all of these, but I'll just kind of show you what each one looks like. If you want to create a name for something, you're going to describe the business and just give an idea of what that business does, and it will come up with names. If you want to work on a business plan, again, it's going to give you an idea of, an example of what you might put in there. And so work on, this is a business that publishes books. And so you can create the content, and it's going to go through and it's going to generate content for your business plan there as to how to go about putting together that kind of business. So it just gives you that, it does the research on, what should go into a business plan, and then gives you the framework for filling out that information with common details related to the book, to the business. And so again, you can take that and you can bring it into your document area and then tweak and refine it as you need. But it's a great starting point. And if you need more, you can run it again and work your way through that. So I'm going to save this one too, because I want to look at it closer later on. So save that. But then looking again at other marketing and promotional content, let's say we want to look at the email. So basically here, you're going to indicate who you're writing to and who it's from. So we have something from Emerald Lake Books, and we are writing to authors interested in technology to help their writing. And so what this email is about, you're going to just give introduce QuickWrite and share a behind the scenes video. And so with that information, I can then go ahead and generate the content. One of the things I do wish is that it told you, it gave some significant, some signifier that it is processing. So a swirl for its favicon or something like that would be helpful. But essentially, what it's going to do for that email is it's going to give you suggestions for subject lines and then for the body of your book. And so it will then go through and give you suggested content. So having saved this document, I'm wondering if I can save it with a different name. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it over this whole thing, and then I'm going to try giving a new name and see if I've confused things or if it works. Quick write email and save that, and hopefully it'll be fine. So then you can go through and kind of decide, which subject line do you want to use. You can tweak the content, make sure that the sentences are all complete. But it's just a nice way of being able to not work from a blank slate. You can do the same with video sales letters. What is your video script about? I could use kind of the same thing I used previously. Behind the scenes look at QuickWrite, how it helps authors write faster. Obviously, I would put my name in there, not somebody else's. But, it's just a great way of being able to come up with content quickly and easily. So let's look at others. Blog writing. Let's see. Wanted to show you the video sales letter. Tagline. What do you need a tagline for? A book publisher with integrity. The quality of being honest. So why did it give me? That's not a tagline. It gives you different taglines you can play with, and you just have to keep tweaking the input to get what you want. So what we're going to do here is behind the scenes video for QuickWrite, since that's what I'm working on right now. And so it just gives you kind of a social media post, and if you want, you can do another and see what comes up. And so you can get a lot of quick and easy variations that can be used in social media for your different posts. Same with Twitter. We can do the same thing. Behind the scenes video for QuickWrite. And sales copy is the other one that is available. So let's do, this is sales copy for book launches, simplified course for authors. And that's pretty neat because it comes pretty darn close to what we have for our sales copy for our course. So that's nice. Then for blog writing, You can indicate the style of the content. You can brainstorm article ideas. You can create article titles. You can create a blog outline, intro, sections, conclusion, much like you could with the book again. You can generate meta descriptions, which are great. So say you've got a book. What is your article title? Our favorite Black Friday deals for authors, and write sales copy for Black Friday deals for authors. Generate content. And so it just gives you a meta description that you can put in your website so that it's found more easily by the search engines. So that's blog writing. And then the Power Editor is a different thing on its own. And so here you're going to tell it what you would like to create. And I guess I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this. So in the tutorials, what I saw was incredibly powerful. And this is still new to me. I just started playing with this a couple of hours ago. But give it a chance, take some time with it, because what it does is it can create content for you that is above and beyond what it's already outlined to do. So you can come up with, say you want to, create a title or create a song. Maybe it's a fictional song that you want to use in a book, so that you don't have to worry about the legality of using real song titles. If it's a fiction story, you can come up with a song idea that is completely your own. And so let's see if it actually can handle that. I don't know how long to give it to process my content. I'm going to try this a different way, because at this point in time, it's a little confused with, that's the document manager. Let's do this. Let's just start with a new project that has nothing in it and go directly to the Power Editor. And let's say song ideas, fictional song ideas for use in a story. All right, so far that I don't seem to have the knack for making the Power Editor work. I will be reporting that back to the developer. But behind the scenes look, overall, with everything that this system is capable of doing, I see it as a way to be able to really speed up how long it takes to write certain things. I know that, I'm just starting working on my very first fiction story, and it's just a little hobby. It's not anything that I'm doing seriously. So I pick it up and I put it down and everything else. But each time I work on it, there's a little bit more that I've added to it. And the neat thing about this is I can use something like this to generate more ideas, to get the creative juices flowing, to make me consider certain scenarios or certain avenues that I want to pursue in developing this story further. So I see this as being a fun tool, an easy resource to use, something that can quickly and help you get your writing done, so that you don't have to spend so much time working on the outline and figuring out what you need and everything. You can have an outline started for you that you can then customize and tailor to what you want to be writing, and then build upon what you've got started so that it becomes something that's uniquely yours. So all in all, I'm really thrilled with what this tool can do. I'm going to be playing with it a lot over the next few weeks, I'm sure. And I highly recommend, if you have the opportunity to grab the lifetime deal before November 30th of 2022, I would definitely grab it. I'm sure the Power Editor will be working in the future, and that this is just growing pains of this product just being released a couple of days ago. And certainly when it comes to, the lifetime subscription, grab that. If it's a monthly subscription, really think about how much time this is going to save you with the writing that you want to do. Especially if you're, a rapid release author or you're a business author trying to detail your process. There's a lot of ways that you can use this to get your ideas flowing and your content started, so that it doesn't take you as long to get to a finished product that's on somebody's bookshelf. So take a look at it. You'll find a link in the description below that is our affiliate link for this. We would love it if you would use that to be able to purchase your copy so that we get a small commission for any sales that come through that link. But either way, go ahead and check out QuickWrite. We highly recommend it. Thanks. Bye.